Hi, my name is Lucas. I go to Manhasset High School and I'm a rising senior. I made an injury preventing smart shoe that can detect bad foot pronation or form while also providing most basic biometrics, including distance, heart rate, and speed. It also has a navigation feature that eliminates the need for a phone, a route mapping feature to see where you ran, and LEDs that can be used for both safety and aesthetic purposes. I made this prototype since I love running and I'm injury prone, and I think that wearable technology like this can have a huge impact in the future and help a lot of people. So here's my shoe. Here's an SD card, which stores all the data to later put onto your computer. There's 4 sensors and a gyroscope that can show if you have poor pronation or if you're putting too much pressure on one side of your foot, which can cause injuries. The 4 sensors are distributed under the bottom of the sole, underneath here, and they're distributed around the foot so you can compare different areas of the foot and how much pressure you're placing on them. And they're underneath the sole so your foot doesn't rub directly against them. So here's a spreadsheet of the data that I collected. These columns here use a GPS, and this test was done inside, so the GPS wasn't connected, so they're inaccurate, but the other columns are accurate. And here's a graph of me walking with the 4 sensors. You can see I don't really put enough weight on my right side of the foot, and then here's a gyroscope graphs. And here's a map of me walking around my house, and you can, if you click along the route, you can also see the lat long, altitude, date and time, and speed. And works by taking your position every 1 second and storing it on the SD card, and then it is uploaded to the Google Maps. So here are my LEDs. You can see if I click that black button, I can then turn on the lights and then change it to any of those 5 colors. If I click the black button again, it starts to blink. And if I turn that knob, I can make the blink slower or faster. And then if I click the black button again, it'll turn off. So the navigation feature works using these 2 buzzers on the left and right side of the shoe, which will buzz to let you know if you have to go left, right, straight, back, or if you reach a destination. I had a ton of challenges throughout the program, but I think that the hardest part overall was just knowing when to almost cut your losses and know if something might not work or isn't worth the time to make it work. So I got stuck for like 3 or 4 days on the Wi-Fi, on just incorporating Wi-Fi into my shoe, and eventually I just had to decide that it wasn't worth it and I could spend my time better doing other things. And I think that's just really important to have in mind when you're making these kinds of engineering projects where you can easily get caught up with one small thing. Bluestamp overall definitely made me realize that I like hands-on and independent learning a lot more than the lecture type of learning, and I feel like I've learned a lot about the engineering process and knowing how to accept failure. Thank you.